but I'm. Hello.
Hi, Sheryl.
Hello,
How
Tatiana.
are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Um,
Good. All right, my friends. It's a happy birthday. It's a happy full moon. It's a happy Guru Purnima. I'm allowed to start now. Let me just go ahead and mute us. I was laughing about how my son Josh, he's doing a beautiful class on Tuesday nights called Butterfly Language, and it's where he has a guest that comes. It's at 8 o'clock on Zoom, and he speaks with the guest about whatever the topic was this past week. It was Eileen he spoke with, and the topic was on Reiki, and it just was, Dana was there. It was really beautiful. The first time I went, and was it you who said to him how funny it is that he can actually mute his mother? He did not. So come join us if you can. This week will be Linda Ferrara. She will be the special guest. So the idea of Guru Purnima is quite special. And, if you've been around me long enough, the word guru probably doesn't feel strange. Hello! I didn't know you were coming. Hi. Welcome. And if you were newer to me, guru might be like, "Ooh, what does that mean? Guru is such a simple thought, which is what it is that draws you near, what it is that brings you to that place of divine light, what it is that mirrors for you." Hi! I didn't know any of you guys are coming. So fun! That which is a mirror that turns toward you and shows you, reflects for you who you truly are. It's a beautiful concept that a guru is in everyone and everything. A guru is not just the idea of a spiritual teacher. And so the chant that we're going to do this morning is one that brings all of creation. So the guru of creation. And that is the beginning of how you were invited into this world, your mom and your dad. So whatever relationship you have with your mom and your dad, the beginning of this chant is Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, may I bless that relationship, that invitation into this world. And then from the creation is to that which sustains. It's a homage or a blessing to the Guru of every day. It's always so funny to me when somebody says, "I'm just getting through the day," or "can't wait to get to Friday," because the idea of our practice is what guru, what teaching is showing up for you right in front of you right now. What is the message for you in this day? How are you elevating yourself? So the blessing to the guru in every day. And then the blessing to the guru who allows us to release and let go and not hold on to patterns that no longer serve us. So guru for the creator, guru for the sustainer, and guru for the destroyer. And then the guru that is unseen, the place that we cannot actually tangibly touch, for the angelic forces, the archangels, for everything that's always blessing us, and surrounding us. And I always think is that place that they're always rolling their eyes like, "Oh God, how am I getting her through another day," right, or him through another day, but with love, because the energy that is always surrounding us doesn't have the same energy that we do here in human body, right? We here in human body think something has to be a certain day, or we're critical of ourselves, or we judge others, or whatever it is. Those emotions don't exist. When we leave this physical human body, the emotions are so pure, so beautiful, so that unseen, unknown world is always for us, moving us toward whatever it is that our soul is needing to do. So again, these are the teachings of the guru that you can't see, the guru you can see. So we'll go ahead and chant. Close your eyes. And to the blessings of the guru, the blessings of the full moon, the blessings of birthdays, these very special moments that we can always feel sacred. Every moment is truly auspicious. When we pile on all the extras, there's a very powerful energy. We'll do call and response. Guru Brahma, try. Guru Vishnu, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat, Guru Sakshat, Param Brahma, Param Brahma, Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhaling through the sound of Om, deep breath in. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha means I bow to the blessings of the Guru. I bow to the blessings of the Guru. And the Guru is not always going to appear in a way that feels good. The Guru is the mirror. It will show you the places that absolutely are who you are in your essence, and also point out the places that need a little shining. Beautiful that your eyes open. Let's come into child's pose. Hello, hello. So I lied. I have 8 in the room with me, which is glorious. And I have 21 at home, which is glorious. I have, like, it belongs to me. Child's pose. I think leave it open today. It feels a little sticky. Yeah, thank you though. We'll do a little full moon spell at the end of class. We had a full moon practice at my house last night, which was really sweet, which I hope you all come to next time. Come on up to your hands and knees and begin to do some cat and cow. Just move your spine. Move your breath. Maybe eyes open, maybe eyes closed. And maybe throw in a little hip circle here if you want. Just feeling this body, this breath. And as you feel ready, lift your hips up into downward facing dog. And feel your hands as they release onto the mat so sweetly, your feet as they release onto the mat so sweetly. And then bend your knees here, and then try a little cat-cow here. Inhale to look forward, exhale to look back. Continuing to enjoy your breath. And then press your legs back to straight. And drop into this moment. Guru Vishnu. The moment that's right here, right now. The Guru that appears for you right here and right now. And then walking your feet up to your hands, standing forward bend. Have your feet about 2 fist width apart. Maybe bend your knees if that feels more pleasant for you this morning. And then take your hands to the back of your calves. Just wrap your hands behind your legs and draw, your calf muscles forward. And then lift your calf muscles up the back of your leg. Very strong. And then press the tops of your thighs back, but keep your shins moving forward without locking your knees back. And then slowly begin to bend the knees again and drop your seat as your arms raise up for chair pose. Nice, everybody. Keeping that sense of squeezing those shins in, widening those inner knees. And then rise up to stand. Take a little baby back bend. Reach up and back. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Close your eyes. The Guru of nature, the trees, the earth, the water, the fire, the air. The wisdom of nature, she inspires us each and every day. Inhale the arms up to the sky. Take a hold of your left wrist and pull to the right. Side stretch. Reach down through those legs. Come back to center. Switch to the other side. In this body, in this breath, in this moment. Come back to center. Interlace your palms, press straight up. Then take your arms forward in front of you and tuck your chin into your chest and pull your navel in and curl into your back body. And then raise the arms back up, lifting the head. Let the elbows bend out to the side. Cactus arms, open your chest and breathe. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Keep your shoulders nice and lifted and bow forward. Beautiful. Don't lock those knees back. Release your hands down to the floor and step your left leg back behind you. Inhale your arms to the sky. A nice high lunge, keeping that back thigh nice and lifted. Really focus on the breath here. Long, deep inhales and exhales through the nose. Eyes are soft and sweet. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Take your shoulders up first. Take a breath in. And then feel your shoulder blades squeeze onto your back as you bow forward into that balancing forward bend. Good. Relax your left hand down to the floor. Take your right arm to the sky, twist. Take your right arm over your ear, lengthen. And then dropping that hand down to the floor, and then walk to your left until you come to the center of your mat. Turn, turn, turn. And then a deep bow here. Have the awareness on the front of your feet and the back of your feet so that you're not just falling forward or just falling back. And maybe even come up to your tippy toes for a moment and then lower down to your heels. And then feel yourself with your heels touching your sit bones, really lifting as high as they'll go. And then walk your hands forward to really stretch your spine. Keep pressing your seat back. Gorgeous. Prasarita Padottanasana. Walking your hands back in. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, sending your right leg back behind you, down dog split. And drawing your knee towards your nose, squeeze in. And press it back again. Lower that leg down to the floor. Come on down to your knees and press back into child's pose. It's an interesting concept that not everything that vibrates thinks the same way we do. I tell this story this week, which was very powerful for me. Most of you know that I like to talk to trees because they're so damn wise. They're like, honestly, you guys, I have nothing against therapists. I think that they're amazing and wonderful. And I do work with people that come to me for that kind of guidance as well. So I'm not saying that's not a good idea. It's a great idea. But if you want to have a therapist that will really give you some amazing advice, go talk to a tree. Walk your upper body to the right side of your mat. And sometimes, like when you first start, so we did that last night at our ceremony. First, when you start, you kind of think you're making shit up, you know? Like even if you're writing with a tree, if you're sitting there and just listening and you're writing, you think you're making stuff up. But then when you reread it, you're like, I would never have come up with that on my own. Walk over to the left side. And even walking up to a tree and placing your hand and seeing if they're cool or if they're warm. It'll give you an indication of what their medicine is used for. Is it something to help inflammation? Is it something to calm anxiety? Good. Walk back to the center. Come onto your hands and knees. Press back, downward facing dog. And stepping the left foot forward. Inhale the arms to the sky. Keep that nice high lunge so the back thigh stays lifted, the back heel stays lifted. As much as you're reaching up, you're drawing into the back of your heart. You're even leaning back, drawing that navel in. Good. And then clasp your hands behind your back. Lift through the shoulders. Keep the side body so long. Take a breath in and then bow forward as you exhale. Gorgeous. Letting your right hand drop to the floor. Take your left arm to the sky twist. And slide your arm over your ear and extend as far as it'll go. And then pull into the back of your heart. So beautiful. Drop the hand down. Walk to the right till you come to the center of your mat. Turn, turn, turn. So I went with Eileen to the beach on Wednesday, and when I got home, my neighbor who just moved, someone else is really working the property now next door, changing it up. Like they might be flipping the house. I'm not really sure what's happening yet, but they took down every part of my trees that hung over onto their property. They went down the entire line of the driveway and took it all. I mean, completely took it down. And I was pretty shocked when I got home. Walk your hands forward. And I went out, and the men were lovely that did it. They were so excited to show me what they did. They were really like, it was, and so I waited till they left just because every now and then I don't want to look that crazy. And when they left, I went out to say I was sorry to every tree. And when I got to the one tree that I talk to most often, I heard her say to me, they did the job they needed to do. That we don't think the way you think, that something's good or bad, right or wrong. We just knew that there was an event taking place, and we had to breathe deep down into our roots, and we held each other as it was happening. Walk your hands back in. Walk to the front of your mat. Send your left leg back and up behind you, down dog split. And then squeeze your knee in towards your nose. Pull it in. Draw it all the way back. And lower the leg down. Take your knees to the floor and come into child's pose. It's so interesting to me to think, and I know I say it to myself all the time, that idea of good or bad, right or wrong, is something so man-made. Even the Mother Ganga, when we were in India, and the beautiful teacher said to us, Somebody had asked her, how do we help Mother Ganga? And she says, well, of course, don't litter in her, but Mother Ganga will help herself. She will clean herself. She'll flood herself when she needs to. Trust in this energy of the earth, water, fire, air, the Guru that shows up in every moment. And come on up to your hands and knees, sliding your right arm out to the right, thread it underneath your left, threading the needle. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. You could just say that all day long. Can't you? Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I bow to the teachings and the teacher. Good. Rise up and try the other side. Stretch that shoulder. Really get into that shoulder. Slide it deeply under. And then press the outer hips back. Breathe deeply. Beautiful, everybody. Anything that comes from creation, I bless. Everything that comes from sustaining, I bless. Everything that comes from destruction and destroying, I bless. Come on up. Downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Bring your left foot in just a little bit so both legs can be straight. Back heel on the mat. Make sure the back heel is not directly behind the front, so move it slightly out to the left. Maybe put your hands on blocks here, if that feels supportive. And it's always sweet to kind of bend your front knee for a moment and lengthen your spine, tack that right hip crease back, lift your low belly, and then as you straighten that front leg, just deeply bow over it. Nice, Kathy. I know I love standing forward bends in any direction because it is that offering of bowing, surrendering. And at the moment that you surrender that talk in your head that how can this be? How can I be talking to a tree? And you open up to a whole new world. There is a song like that. Bend that right knee, take that left leg to the sky. I'm not going to sing it for you. Turn the toes down so you keep the hips square. And then reach your right arm up to the sky, twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Maybe reach back for that ankle if you're in the mood. Maybe stay right where you are, twisting half moon. Open up that shoulder. Open it, open it, open it. Beautiful. And release it back, downward facing dog. Roll forward to plank pose. Keep your neck lifted. Lower all the way down to your belly. Rise up into cobra. Open your mouth. Stick out your tongue. Press back, downward facing dog. Stepping your left foot forward. Bring your right foot in just enough so both legs go to straight. And again, maybe bend your knee for just a moment so you send your spine forward. And tack your left hip crease back, lift your low belly, and bow deeply over your front leg as it straightens. Enjoying your breath. Enjoying the moments in this moment that you're spending with yourself. Read in a moment a little bit about this full moon. Bending your front knee, sending your back leg to the sky. Take it into a split first. So take it as high as it'll go and then squeeze it down just a little bit so it's more parallel. And then raise that left arm up. Maybe stay there, looking to the left if you can. Maybe reach back for your ankle. Keep breathing. Beautiful. Let everything drop to the front of your mat. So feet to the front, hands to the front, forward bend. Turn the feet wide for just a moment. Come into squat. If you need a blanket underneath your heels, you can do that. Moving, breathing, vibrating. Teacher, the Guru. Sometimes translated to the remover of darkness. I like the translation, the heavy one, the one that draws you near. Good. Standing forward bend, please. And then hands on your hips, press down through your legs, rise up to stand. And let your arms float alongside the body. Just close your eyes for a moment and feel yourself. The earth, the water, the fire, the air. Looking at air as your Guru. Breath as your Guru. And open your eyes, hug your left knee into your chest for tree pose, of course. Either the foot can come all the way up to the inner thigh or lower to the shin or touching the floor. Once you find where you want to place the foot, find your favorite arm position. Find the soft and sweetness in your eyes. And then go ahead and just take that left leg back behind you into Virabhadrasana 3. Stretch it back behind you. Take your arms either in front of you or behind you. Make sure those toes are pointing to the floor. And then bring that leg forward, hug the knee into the chest, take a breath. And then release that foot back down to the floor. Sweet. Second side, when you're ready, Vrikshasana, tree pose. That beautiful consideration of the foot and the thigh, or the foot and the shin, and how do they press into each other for stability. Finding the favorite arm position. Just the idea that it was an event, that they were doing their job. We don't think things as good or bad, right or wrong. We just pull deep into our roots and hold each other. Send that leg back, taking it into Vira 3. Beautiful, everyone. Hug that knee back into your chest. And then lower that leg down. Inhale your arms to the sky. Exhale, bow forward. Step back, downward facing dog, and take it through vinyasa of choice, or none at all. Good. Come forward to plank. Right hand will hold you for Vashisthasana. You can always drop your bottom knee if you'd like to, or stack your left leg on top of your right leg. Taking your left arm up to the sky, really reaching those left rib cage up as high as it'll go. Maybe sliding your left foot into tree pose, up your leg. Good, release down and switch sides. Gorgeous. Super beautiful. Feel that shoulder blade deep on your back. Maybe take it into tree pose, top foot comes up. Good, and as you lower down to your belly, turn your cheek to the side and rest. This full moon is pushing us to release the past so we can establish a more creative, inspired, and liberated future. It's plunging us into our shadows and depths for the sake of transformation. You may feel frustration rising, stuck feelings surfacing. And this is just yearning to help us to be set free. We can shift those internal patterns, calling on our courage to forge new pathways. We might ask, what are our visions for the future? How can we break free of any self-sabotaging patterns? How can we find a freshness, a unity, and love? Be honest with ourselves and know where we're moving toward. And know that Mother Earth is always supporting us in any way we choose to raise our vibration. Bring your forehead to the mat, please. Clasp your hands behind your back. Draw your navel in. And then lift up your head, neck, and chest. Lift up your legs. And then let your legs get heavy and drop down to the floor and slide your hands alongside of your rib cage. Come up into Cobra. And then lower your forehead back down. Inhale, lift back up, Bhujangasana Cobra. Beautiful, and lower back down. Try that one more time. Slowly lift up into Cobra. And then press back, Child's Pose. Good, now try this, clasping your hands behind your back here, rolling up to the crown of your head, lifting your seat up, drawing your arms up and over any amount, stretching your shoulders. Good, releasing your hands back down to the floor, lift up onto your hands and knees and press back downward facing dog. Go ahead and step your right foot forward, opening up to Virabhadrasana 2, second warrior. And sliding your left arm down your left leg, take your right arm up and back, making sure that knee keeps pointing right at that second toe. Beautiful, straighten that front leg, keep reaching back. And then rebend that front knee and come back to Vira 2, stretch your right arm forward. Good, now lift your arms up alongside your ears, straighten that front leg again. And now reach toward the front of your mat, just like that. Reach to the front of your mat. Good, take your right arm and slide it forward. like you're spinning yourself. Good, and come all the way back up, Vera 2. Good, straighten that front leg and come into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Nice, Stacy. Beautiful, Meredith, Heidi, Linda. Good, float forward into half moon pose. Lift your back leg, squeeze the legs together, make them strong. And feel free to reach back for that ankle if you'd like, or stay right where you are. As you step back, come to Vera 2. And then take your right forearm to your right thigh, and or you can bind, taking your right arm inside your right knee, left arm behind your back. Beautiful. And release your hands to the floor, downward dog. I have no idea what I just did on that side. Left foot forward. Vera 2. Oh, let's see. Let's test me. Let's see how I do. Take a little test here. Send your right arm down your right leg. Take your left arm up and back. I know there was a bunch of Vera 2s in it, so we'll see what we can do. Good. Straighten that front leg for just a moment. Keep reaching back. Good. And then re-bend and come into that Vera 2. Yeah, I already screwed it up, didn't I? Straighten that front leg. Take your arms up to the sky. That's what I did. Yeah. Now reach your arms forward. Keep turned, Beth. Keep yourself turned. Yeah, there you go. Now take your left arm forward, like you're twisting. Right arm is up to the sky, Meredith. Front leg is straight. Good. Now come all the way up to Vera 2 again. Reach up. Bend that front knee. Good. Straighten that front leg and work into triangle pose. Beautiful. Yeah, get that shoulder open. It's so easy to take that arm back and not take the shoulder back. Good, bending that front knee, come forward into half moon pose. Maybe reach back for that ankle if you'd like. Spread those toes. Good, dropping yourself back into Vera 2 again. Bring your left forearm down to your left thigh, or taking the bind here, left arm inside your left knee, right arm behind your back. Deep breath in. And release back down, downward facing dog. Jump to squat. If you would like a crow pose here, this is your chance. Arm balance. Or stay in squat. Or come into chair, or that's wonderful, Linda, goddess pose. Anything that's just hip opening for you in this moment. Good, lower back to that squat if you came into the arm balance. And then standing forward bend. Hands on your hips, push down through your legs, rise up to stand. And again, just take a moment to feel. As you feel ready, hug your left knee into your chest. We'll take eagle pose here. Garudasana. Left knee on top of right knee. Right elbow on top of left. Squeeze your elbows down to meet your knees. And maybe today you feel you need more extension, so you can raise your elbows back up but keep your seat that low. Good. Keep your arms how they are, but unwind your left leg and send it back behind you so your toes touch the floor as if you're in a high lunge, but keep your arms where they are. In the eagle arms, keep them wrapped, but lift the elbows up high to the sky. Keep their front knee bent. Keep your breath moving. And then see if you can find your back leg re-wrapping on top of your right knee. So wrap your left knee back on top, returning back to Garudasana. Keeping the breath. Beautiful. And then fly away, release. Sweet. Beautiful. All right, let's try the second side. It's really one of those things that we feel like if we do this and hold our breath the entire time, it will be better. So make sure you really investigate if you're holding your breath or if you're breathing through it. Try to breathe through it. Okay, here we go. Right knee on top of left knee. Left elbow on top of right. Sink yourself nice and low. Keep those hips nice and square. Keep that navel pulling. Squeeze your shins toward each other. Get active, everything. Wake it up, wake it up. Maybe lift the elbows back up. Good. Unwind the top leg. Send it back behind you. Let the toes touch the floor. Inhale the elbows high to the sky. And then re-wrap, taking that back leg forward again, reaching back into eagle pose. Good. As you release your right foot back down to the floor, come into chair. Bring your hands together at your heart center and prayer twist to the right, left elbow hooks. Squeeze your spine for just a moment and then release it and turn to the other side. Beautiful. Release your hands down to the floor, standing forward bend. And then moving through squat, come on down to lie on your back, hug your knees into your chest. Come into happy baby pose, reaching for your insteps. Good. Take your legs up to the sky, take your arms up to the sky, close your eyes. And keep breathing. It's often nice to take a crystal that you might have and let it sit out in the moonlight tonight. And then bring it inside and place it into a glass jar and fill it with water and then drink that water. Or do some moon bathing. Moon is the goddess. If you would like to just stay here like this and or, you're like, I don't want to stay here like this, and or come into shoulder stand. And if you're just cooked, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees drop open, dropping your arms alongside the bodies. So shoulder stand, supine baddha konasana, or keeping your legs up in the sky. Breathing in and breathing out. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Whatever event it is that's happening, it's bringing more clarity. Just one more minute here. If that seems ridiculous, come on down before that. And slowly begin descending back down. Those of you in shoulder stand, let your feet come down to the floor, keeping your knees bent. And just roll your head from side to side. But stretching your legs out. Press your heels into the floor, press your thighs into the floor, and then lift up your chest into fish pose. Let the crown of your head reach onto the floor. Beautiful. Push your thighs down. Really use those legs, the power of those legs. Breathe deeply into this pose, opening up your chest, opening up your lungs, deep into the bottom of your lungs. And then release back down. Once again, just turn one ear to the mat and then the other. Good, and then bending your knees, coming up into bridge pose, lifting your hips up. Maybe clasp your hands underneath you. Maybe take a block and put it underneath your sacrum. That's lovely. And very gently release back down. And just pause for a moment. I'm going to have a second back bend here. I mean, we've already done cobra, so it's not the second of the practice, but you can do either the same thing, bridge, maybe a block underneath your sacrum, or maybe coming into full wheel here, placing your hands by your ears. I also know some of you here today love camel, so feel free to come up into camel. Beautiful. And if you're in full wheel, feel free to come back down. If you're in bridge, when you feel you're complete, release back down. And then go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees drop wide. Breathe into the belly. Breathe into this place of fullness, completeness. Om Purnamada, the wholeness, perfection of. It's funny, since we've been on Zoom, we really haven't been playing music. You can't really play it to the Zoom crowd. And I had been playing music here in class when people were here, but something happened to the stereo where it kind of, I don't know, almost exploded. So it's been sweet this morning to be in silence, I think. Just really listening more deeply to this body, this incredibly wise body. So bring the knees back together. You're on your back. And then bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. Bring your left knee into your chest. You can hold the left thigh or not. That's up to you. Make sure both feet stay flexed. Nice. Follow the low belly here too. And even here, that feeling of drawing the sit bones wide and apart. And go ahead, let your right knee float on top of your left knee. And drop your hands back down to the floor if you were holding on. And squeeze your shins toward each other. Pull your sit bones apart from each other so your right knee is on top of your left knee. There you go. Good, and then change ankle to knee, other side. Left ankle on top of right knee, flex your feet. Either hold or don't hold, completely up to you. So start with ankle to knee on this one. There you go. And go ahead and slide that left knee on top of that right knee. Let your hands drop to the floor and squeeze your shins toward each other, widen your sit bones. Beautiful. And then hug your knees into your chest. Roll up to your hands and knees. Slide your right knee in front of your left knee. And then sit back between your heels. Right knee in front of left. Spread your feet nice and wide and sit back between your heels. Maybe a block also underneath your seat if this doesn't work, and or place your right shin in front of your left shin. But really spread those sit bones wide, so feel like you're pulling your hips apart from each other. Scoop your low belly. And then walk your hands forward any amount. Really beautiful. Everybody slowly rise up and switch other knee on top. forward if you like. Stay right where you are. So what are spells? They're just sacred rituals that allow us to affirm to ourselves. It's almost like I officiated a wedding this week, and it's just almost, the spell's almost like just pronouncing yourself, what it is that you wish for, what it is that you're pronouncing yourself, husband and wife, pronouncing yourself to be that energy that you wish for, So come on up and come to a comfortable cross-legged seat. We'll do this in blessings of Kim's birthday today. So we'll do this spell. So set an intention. I'm not somebody who often asks you to do that, but with it being full moon, something that you wish for. And it can always be something so small or so big. You could have multiple, but sometimes just one is a good plan. It directs all the energy there. I direct my energy today to one specific, well, it says here one, so one specific desire. And that desire is, say it silently to yourself, as we call earth, water, fire, air, to benefit, to be present and loving. For the powers available to bring this into being, and I thank the resources from which it comes. My messages regarding this special intention flood my consciousness. May I carry myself with confidence, knowing that the divine will do what is best for me for this specific desire. So say out loud with me, moon, oh moon, hear my desire, earth to water, wind to fire. I ask it once, and 3 times 3. Bring my request in harmony. Blessed be. And sit for just a moment in silent meditation. You can stay here or come to lie down on your back, maybe taking a final twist. So gently begin to deepen your breath. Let your body begin to stretch and yawn in any way that serves you well. If you're lying on your back, hug your knees into your chest, roll to the right side. Come on up to sit, and we will sing our birthday song. On this day, the Lord gave you life. May you use it to serve Him. All of our loving prayers will be with you. May you never forget Him. On this day, the Lord gave you life. May you use it to serve her. All of our love and prayers will be with you. May you never forget her. On this day, the Lord gave you life. May you use it to serve Him. All of our love and prayers will be with you. May you never forget her. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Sliding your hands to the space between the eyebrows. Happy birthday, happy Guru Purnima, happy full moon. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody, so much.
Thank you. Love you. That was wonderful. You made it so special for me.
Yay, always,
Thank you.
always. Yeah, I don't think you do
Thank you, everyone.
handstands when you're on Zoom, do I?
Thank you.
Thank
you, Sheryl.